you believe that there is life out there somewhere?
I would say that if there weren't life, it would be astonishing.
In the vastness of space, some mysteries have puzzled people for a long time. Secrets are hidden for generations, unknown even to the sharpest minds. But what happens when these secrets are suddenly revealed? Imagine the curtains of the universe being pulled back, showing a truth that changes everything we thought we knew about space. NASA has turned its fresh focus on Venus after a recent discovery of potential life on the planet back in the 1960s. Venus, because of its atmosphere, is referred to as the planet of hell by NASA. Around 1960, there was a race to explore space, and Mars became the main topic. However, as inhospitable for life as it seemed, the Soviet Union sent their missions to Venus, and they continued this mission until the end of the Soviet Union. Neil deGrasse Tyson played a role in uncovering information about the Soviet missions to Venus. Now, we have the chance to examine declassified photos captured by the Soviet Union. Before the United States took charge of most of the space operations, the Soviet Union was first in the race, and its fall didn't just change geopolitics, but it also buried with it many of its secrets. They were famous for being secretive, performing mysterious operations, running advanced intelligence agencies, and even potential contact with the aliens. The Russians referred to Venus by the name Venera, and the Venera mission was carried out from 1961 to 1983. While most of the world was focused on landing on the moon, the Soviet Union had their eyes set on Venus for unknown reasons. Who knows, they might have considered building a military base or even thought of colonizing the Hell planet. Either way, their intentions were shady as these missions were carried out during the Cold War. Interestingly, much of our knowledge about the Soviet missions to Venus has recently emerged from disclosed and declassified information. Despite this, it remains challenging to precisely determine their specific objectives and whether they achieve their secret goals. The Soviets didn't limit themselves to just one or two missions. They launched a total of 28 costly spacecraft to explore the planet. Out of these, 13 entered Venus's atmosphere, and 8 landed successfully. These highly successful missions put the Soviet Union in the driving seat in space operations. NASA, on the other hand, kept its focus on satellites and technology instead of exploring life on other planets. But let me tell you, back in the day, the Soviet space programs were something big. They were the first ones to achieve many things in space operations. For example, they were the first to send a probe into a planet's atmosphere other than Earth. Additionally, they were also the first ones to make a successful soft landing on another planet. Not only this, but they also conducted their first mission and brought back images and sounds from another planet. But why did the Soviet Union conduct so many missions to Venus alone? Well, due to the Soviet Union's decommission in 1992, much of its archival data was either lost or destroyed, so it is difficult to know the exact reason why they sent that many spacecraft to the Hell planet. It could be that their decision to explore Venus was driven by a desire to be resourceful with their efforts. Nevertheless, they maintained genuine optimism about the potential discoveries, such as finding water, assessing solar radiation intensity, and gaining a better understanding of the overall environment of the planet. Exploring Venus through a series of space missions was crucial for understanding its extreme temperatures and dense atmosphere. Presently, many cosmologists question the possibility of life on this scorching planet, given its high temperatures capable of melting lead and the scarcity of water. Furthermore, Venus bears air pressure 90 times that of Earth. Despite these challenges, it is essential not to disregard the USSR's significant contribution to the study of Venus. Neglecting it would be like censoring a crucial part of history. Let's go through the Soviet Union's journey to the planet of hell, Venus. On February the 12th, 1961, the USSR commenced their mission to Venus, launching their first probe, Venera 1. This probe weighed a heavy 1,400 pounds, showcasing the Soviet mastery in spacecraft engineering. Venera 1 was a sophisticated spacecraft, spin-stabilized and equipped with advanced instruments like a magnetometer, Geiger counters, and micrometeorite detectors. Achieving this level of progress with limited resources in the 1950s was remarkable. Unfortunately, Venera 1 didn't live up to the hype. The first attempt to launch the probe failed to leave Earth's orbit. The second official attempt on February 12, 1961, had its ups and downs, but the probe managed to fly past Venus in May 1961, becoming the first space mission to achieve this feat. The probe's touchdown on Venus occurred at a distance of about 62,000 miles, but it couldn't send any data back. Before the successful missions of Venera, we know very little about Venus's atmosphere. Venera 2, launched on November 12, 1965, with similar design aims, had a flyby on February 27, 1966, about 15,000 miles away from Venus. Despite this improvement, it faced the same problem as the previous Venera 1 did: the radiator malfunction due to overheating. This led to the loss of trajectory and a declared mission loss on March 4, 1966. The Soviets knew they had to do something about this issue. Venera 3 crashed straight into the Hell Planet, and 4 fell victim to Venus's dangerous heat and dense atmosphere. However, it managed to pick up some valuable data for 90 minutes before descending into the planet's atmosphere. The space agency found that Venus lacks a magnetic field and has high amounts of greenhouse gases. These conditions typically render a planet unsuitable for supporting life. The Soviet Union launched Venera 5 and 6 over the next few years. Both probes showed positive signs, transmitting back the data for almost an hour while going down Venus's atmosphere. The new information unveiled the complete atmospheric composition of the planet. Unfortunately, it confirmed the characterization of Venus as a hellish planet, unsuitable for hosting life due to its extreme temperatures, thick atmospheric pressure, and unbreathable air. All hopes for habitability came crashing down for the Soviet Union. Surprisingly, despite realizing the planet's low habitability, the USSR couldn't let go of its fascination with Venus, and their obsession continued to take an unexpected turn. The launch of Venera 7 and 8 started their journey to discover any astrobiological life on the planet, instead of creating life on it. They were successful in capturing images of its surface, giving them a new purpose and motivation to go forth. Fast forward to 2020, NASA confirmed that Venus possessed phosphane, a smelly and flammable gas that would destroy any form of life that depended on oxygen. Neil deGrasse Tyson labelled this discovery as groundbreaking. He believes that the discovery of phosphane has ignited a new era of astronomical interest in Venus. While living on Venus with its poisonous air is impossible, studying the planet's history and exploring the potential for contact with extraterrestrial beings provides a hopeful avenue for research. Now, the declassified photos from the Venera mission indicate possible encounters with living organisms during Venera 13, which did more than just smoothly land on Venus's surface. While reviewing panoramic images from the mission, 3 objects seem to possess characteristics of living organisms. These photos and documents were kept classified for decades by the Russians, probably to avoid any interference from the US. Anyways, Venera 13, after successfully landing on Venus, survived for an incredible 127 minutes, and in that time captured high-resolution images of Venus's surface. Photos taken from Venera 13's cameras were carefully analysed, and after analysing, the researcher, in his own words, found relatively large objects with unusual shapes, ranging from a decimeter to half a meter in size. The first one was a disc-shaped creature that seemed to respond to changes in heat or pressure. The second, during the first 13 minutes, appeared to look like a black rag. Upon closer inspection, it turned out to be an elongated object with a weird appearance. However, the object disappeared from the images in the picture taken in the 27th minute. But in a picture captured in the 90th minute, an extraterrestrial scorpion was spotted roaming around the planet of Hell. The origins of the scorpion are unknown, possibly of alien or astrobiological nature. These resurfaced images have re-sparked interest in space exploration from the Russian space agency, Roscosmos. In this new era of space exploration, Moscow claims Venus as its home planet, and by 2029 they plan to launch a conclusive mission to explore it up close. So, what are your thoughts on these discoveries? Should we worry about them? Should we keep looking for intelligent life out there? Do let us know your views in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching the video. See you another time.